I make you feel like less of a man because I have an opinion or because I know things, then you have bigger problems. Period. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to be chatting about femininity, gender roles, and things like that. So grab yourself a drink. I have water and let's get started. Okay, so I have been watching America's Next Top Model reruns, and so I really like watching that show. Really made me want to talk about this. I had already wanted to talk about this, but after watching the show, it just was like I really need to talk about it, which is femininity. But we're gonna get to that. So I want to start off with gender roles. I didn't want to make two separate videos just because I feel like they do kind of coincide or collide in some way. Okay, so gender roles. This is something particularly and specifically that kind of gets on my nerves, okay? So I'll just say in my marriage, me and my husband, we don't have gender roles. But gender roles in general, I feel like are just kind of like dated, right? Like I feel like gender roles is such a dated way to formulate or run a relationship, at least in my opinion. I don't understand doing something specifically because you're a woman and doing something specifically because you're a man. In my marriage, we are a team, and so whatever works best for the health and the growth of the relationship and the flow of the relationship, that's what will happen. So like I don't understand gender roles when it comes to doing something that you're not good at just because your society says that gender should be doing it. Like for instance, if in a household there's a man and a woman in a relationship or in a marriage and the woman cannot cook, but because society says that a woman needs to know how to cook and a woman needs to be in the kitchen and blah blah blah, that like the man who is the better cook doesn't cook because he's a man, and typically men aren't supposed to be in the kitchen cooking and burning and blah blah blah. But it's like in this relationship, I am the man and I know how to cook and you're the woman and you don't. So why cook if you don't know how just because you're a woman? Like if you're not cooking, is not for everybody. Cooking, I feel like cooking is not that hard, but I feel like if you're the type of person who, if you just don't like to cook or you don't know how to cook or you can't grasp the concept of cooking, then don't strain yourself and force yourself to learn how to cook just because you're a woman. Like men can cook too. There are a lot of great male chefs that can burn. So like if I'm married to a chef, I'm not supposed to let my chef husband cook because he a man and society says that since I'm a woman, I'm supposed to be cooking. Now, I'm just using that as a loose example, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you get where I'm coming from, right? Doing what works best for the health, the growth, and the flow of the relationship should be your role. Not necessarily let me do this because I'm a woman and let me do this because I'm a man. Like, let's work together to figure out how to get stuff done. And all of that whole the man should run the household, and this is real, like this is very, very, very big in like the church community. Like, and you know, like the man is the head of the household. And not trying to say that my husband is not, but I'm just saying that like we don't make decisions without each other for our household and like in our relationship. Like he not just gonna come home and be like, I'm putting my foot down because I'm the man and I want this to happen even though I didn't discuss it with you, but because I'm the man, it's what's gonna happen. Like what? That's not what we're gonna do. Like that's just not how this works. That's not how any of this works. We make decisions together because we are in this relationship together. Nobody or no one person is the boss of the other person simply and solely because you have a penis. I'm sorry, come again? Like, no. And if we come to a point where we can't agree on something, then there will have to be a compromise, and not I'm gonna fold and buckle just because I'm the woman and give you the final say so because you're the man. No, one of us is gonna compromise, but it's gonna be for the betterment or for the best option of whatever it is that we're talking about, or, you know, whatever the best outcome would be for whatever situation. I also feel like in any relationship or marriage, it's important to know like where you shine, like what are you good at, what are you best at, and that's where you take the lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do understand that sometimes there needs to be a spearheader and a leader, but I feel like you don't need to spearhead or lead simply because you're the man. Like, if you're not good at something and I'm better at it, then I'll lead at that. And if you are better at it, or you have a better idea or a better take on it, then you lead at that. You get what I'm saying? Opposed to it just always being like, I'm gonna do what you say because you got a penis. Like, no. Do you know what you're talking about? Like, are you knowledgeable in this? Like, that's when, you get what I'm saying? Like, so whatever you're good at, whatever you shine at, whatever is your strong suit, then that's where you lead. Opposed to it just being you being a leader just because you're a man, or you being submissive and not dominating a task just because you're a woman. You get what I'm saying? Am I making sense? And my husband is not like that. My husband is not, he doesn't want me to just shut up and sit down somewhere and let him boss me around and tell me everything. He doesn't want to be the boss of me. He is not trying to be my father. Like, we are in a marriage. We are in a partnership. It's a team. He values my thoughts, my opinions, like what I have to say, and I him. And I also feel like if you have a man who wants you to shut up and sit down somewhere just so that he can feel more manly, you probably need another man. If I make you feel like less of a man because I have an opinion or because I know things, then you have bigger problems. Period. If I make you feel like less of a man, or if I make you feel emasculated because I don't want to listen to everything you say and hang on to your every word like it's the gospel, then you have bigger problems. Hello? Is this thing on? I'm not gonna do that. Like, I know how to make you feel. I mean, I know how to make you feel good. But no, like, I know how to make you feel good, but I'm not gonna make you feel good by shutting up. But I don't want to beat that dead horse, so we're gonna move on. Now, I think this also too kind of segues into femininity. And I was watching America's Next Top Model, and a lot of the things that was being said about the black women was too hard and too rough, and she talked to this and she talked to that, and it just was like, again, like I said, I already had intentions on talking about femininity because I feel like it's so many videos going around right now about like how to be feminine and all of these things about being feminine, and it's just like, listen, I'll be the first to tell you I'm not the most feminine. Aside from me being a woman, I feel like I don't exude like soft, meek, docile femininity. I just don't. But I also feel like there's not only one way to be feminine. I feel like this generic idea of being feminine is that you have to be soft-spoken and you have to be quiet and meek, and it's like, why y'all making it seem like it's only one way to be feminine? Let me, like, breaking news, I'm feminine because I'm a woman. Like, hello, like but lowest key, I did take a little bit of offense when I was watching the Tyra Banks show, because like I said, a lot of the girls, the black girls, they was told that they talk too rough and they too aggressive, and they need to be more soft spoken and they need to tone down their attitude and all of this stuff. Now listen, I come from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised, right? No, but I'm from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised, okay? So I think that that does have a lot to do with why I talk the way that I talk and why I articulate myself the way that I do. Now, I am not the most soft-spoken person, but I also feel like I'm feminine, but not like in the generic way of being feminine, which is being soft-spoken and docile. Like, no, I'm not that. I am loud. I'm loud. I talk hard. Like, I am opinionated. Okay, I'm all of those things, but I'm also still feminine as well. I just don't know that it's just one way to be feminine. I guess that's my argument. Like, I just don't feel like the only way to be seen as feminine is to be meek and submissive in the way that you just your being. Like, you could be outspoken and be feminine as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be from the hood and have your dialect reflect that in some way and still be feminine. Like, I ain't saying to be walking around just talking all crazy, but you can still be feminine and talk a little hard, because I do, and I'm feminine. So who gonna check me? I feel like the implication is that if you have any sort of resemblance, or if you emanate strength in any kind of way, then somehow you're not feminine because you're too strong. Like, I feel like people don't let being strong and being feminine exist in the same space. Like, I feel like it seems to me, or at least it's my interpretation of it, that like you either have to be feminine or you are strong, like, but you can't be both. But I just feel like that's not true. Too multifaceted to be just this. Like, no, I'm everything. I just am. And you are too. We all are. Like, you can't tell somebody that this is the things that you need to do to be seen as feminine. Like, no, be yourself. Now, me, myself, I do strive to become a better person, right? I strive to be more educated and to be more articulate and like, you know, things to better myself. But I'm not trying to be a different person. Like, I'm not trying to morph myself into somebody else. I am who I am. I come from where I come from. I talk the way that I talk, but I'm not gonna try to conform and transform myself into something that's just not me. Like, my strength and my power is that I am myself. Like, and so that's what people kind of gravitate towards. I know me anyway. Like, I don't want somebody who is a cookie cutter mold of what a woman should be or what femininity should look like. Like, no, I gravitate most towards women who are funny and they got wit and personality. And, you know, I just feel like that's what's important. And if you sitting here watching videos about how you need to talk, how you need to dress, how you need to wear your nails, how you need to wear your hair, like, where does you come in at? Be you. I understand wanting to implement things into your life that just kind of make you a better person, but I don't want women to be looking at videos where the implication is that you're too something. You're too this, you're too that, and you need to be this, and men don't want that, and men don't want this. Listen, that's not true. That ain't never stopped me from getting the men's, okay? It just did not. And if you feel like you're too rough or you're too hard or whatever the case may be, of course, you have the right to want to soften up. You have the right to want to try to figure out how can you be a little bit better. But I feel like completely taking away what makes you you is just not a good idea. I don't know. I mean, you kind of heard it here first. I feel like it's all a bunch of hype. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I want y'all to drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I would love to hear your opinions, especially on this whole femininity thing. Like, I need to know, like, are y'all buying what they selling? Like, what's up? I'm not trying to judge you. I just want to know, what do you get out of it? Are you watching it from a standpoint of like, some of these things I can implement to help me work on whatever it is that I need to work on? I would love to know what your idea of femininity is. Like, do you agree with me that it's so complex that it can't be narrowed down to these specific things, and this is how you should dress, and this is how you should wear your nails? Like, please let me know. But give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new. And be sure, like I said, to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. And I will see you next time.